What's going on, everyone? Michael here. Welcome back to another video. And as you can see probably by the title and thumbnail of this video, and you can see by my computer monitor, this video is going to be on the topic of car technology and their infotainment systems. Because car infotainment systems have definitely been controversial in the last few years or so, and how automakers have been improving them to make them like the gold standard and cutting edge. And now, honestly, I don't mind center infotainment systems because, honestly, I think they're really neat. I think they're really neat how automakers are just putting screens in cars and just putting like car functions on them. Like you customize the car on whatever mode you want. Like automakers have put some really quirky shit into their infotainment systems. But I want to also talk about the controversial part or side of things on the infotainment systems, and talk about how how well the screens age. And let's just start with this one. This is Honda's latest infotainment system, and this infotainment's available on the new Honda Pilot, Honda Ridgeline, which is the same thing, and the new 2022 Honda Civic. So this is Honda's new infotainment, which I don't want to say it's got wireless CarPlay, which I'm not sure if it does, but it does have CarPlay. I'm not sure if it's wireless or not. This is Chevy's Mylink system, which is in the older 2010s Chevys. Now this system came out for the 2014 model year, I want to say. And this is a really good system, actually. And I want to say this vehicle right here is a 2014 or possibly a 2020 Impala, which it looks like. Now, moving on to the Apple CarPlay side of things. This looks like possibly a Subaru. So you got Apple CarPlay, wireless, Android Auto, all the things. Then you have Ram's infotainment, which is Chrysler's Uconnect 4 system, which is actually a pretty good system, but I don't like how it's Tesla styled or iPad styled. I don't like that. It's just stupid. This is Ford's Sync 3 infotainment, which this one's clearly a Ford Mustang, as you can see. And it's got no smoking badges on either side of the infotainment, which is just not mind-blowing, but it's just very stupid. It says new cars don't have ashtrays anymore, and it's not the fucking 80s, where your kids could freaking have 12 million ashtrays in the back seat of the car. Get with the times. Anyways, this is Ford Sync 3 infotainment, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I've heard some bad things about this infotainment system, and I've also heard some good things about it, but I'm just not a fan how it's just laid out. But on the Tesla side of things, on their infotainment, Yes, it is displaying Netflix. You could watch Netflix on your car infotainment system in a fucking Tesla. Now, some cars will have Amazon Fire TV. Some cars will have other shit. This is Acura's latest system, which some people say is which actually Acura's new infotainment system is actually controversial because of it's not touchscreen. Like Mazda's infotainment system is very bad, and it's also not touchscreen. So you have to move like a joystick, not joystick, but you have to move like some sort of like lever thing or touchpad is what it is. And it's like very sensitive on where it goes on the screen. You have to like if you want to go on a certain thing, like let's just say you want to connect your phone to the car on Bluetooth audio, so you can see where my cursor is. You have to be very precise on where you put the touchpad on the screen, because if you just do this, on the touchpad, the icon lit up will go probably like to the third one, so you have to be like very precise. And Mercedes, this is new. This is the new Mercedes. This is Mercedes' new MBUX system, which is actually one of the best on the market. But honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Even though it is a touchscreen, and you can use a touchpad, which is right there, I'm not the biggest fan of how it's just laid out. This is... Sorry about that, my sister barged in. Here's a better system. Here's a better look of Mercedes MBUX system. You can see their 12-inch screen, which is the gauge cluster and the infotainment screen. And as you can see, the gauge cluster is just fully digital. And you can see the trackpad or the touchpad, whatever you want to call it. But this screen is actually one big screen. It's not two pieces. It's actually just one big screen, even though Mercedes just advertises two different screens on how big they are. This is Honda's previous infotainment. This is on a Civic or a CRV, which is the same thing. It's got the same screen, so Civic. It's got the same interior basically. So this is Honda's previous infotainment, which they've been updating it since 2012. Don't ask me how I know that. This is Mazda's. Now here's Mazda's infotainment. If my phone will focus. There we go. And this is not touchscreen, this infotainment system. This is the homepage on the infotainment. This is the settings side of things on the infotainment. And this is the radio side on the infotainment. And it is not touchscreen, by the way. Mazda's infotainment system is not touchscreen, so you can only control it by a touchpad in the center stack. In the center console, like over here, is what I mean. And then here is Jeep's infotainment. This is the new 2021 or 2018 Jeep Wrangler, Jeep Gladiator, because they both have the same interior. Jeep is owned by Chrysler, so Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge have their same infotainment system, which is basically Chrysler's Uconnect. So this is Chrysler's Uconnect 4, which is a pretty damn good system, but it's just gotten very laggy on like the SRT pages and the off-road pages that Jeep has. So and they upgraded to Uconnect 5, which is way better laid out in my opinion. Oh, and this is Cadillac's. This was Cadillac's Q system in 2015 for their Escalade, but they dissed it. They dissed it because every new GM vehicle has the same infotainment system, which this is a 2019 Chevrolet Blazer, and this is GM's newest. Well, this is GM's latest infotainment system, which I honestly think GM's infotainment system, this layout right here, is the best infotainment system on the market right now. Like, it is very, very good. It is a really good system, in my opinion. I really like it. That's their old system. Oh no, that's a Traverse. Yeah, this was their old system. Chevrolet's Mylink. That was the GM's old system, as you can see right here. That's the system. It was a pretty good system, not gonna lie. But GM's new infotainment system is actually very, very good. I actually really like it. This is Volkswagen's infotainment, which is basically a dumbed down version of Audi's infotainment, but Volkswagen's infotainment is pretty good as well. I don't have any complaints. Now, as you can see here, this is what I was talking about in the center console here, is where you control Acura's new infotainment. This is Acura's old infotainment, which has the dual screens, which is outdated. And this is their new and improved system, which is kind of the same thing in lagginess. Or, yeah, basically. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is BMW's latest infotainment, which I'm not really the biggest fan of BMW's infotainments, but I mean, it's whatever. Not the biggest fan of BMWs anyways, so, I mean. We'll get back to that picture in a moment. This is... I don't know, honestly. Trying to find some systems I could actually reflect on. This is what you call it, Ram's or Chrysler's Uconnect 4 infotainment system, and as you can see, this one's on the Android Auto side of things. And this is And this is Kia Hyundai's latest and newest infotainment system, which is actually really good. And Kia and Hyundai are definitely surprising everyone inside of technology and their designs on what they're doing. As you can see, that's Ford's latest system. Their Sync 3. But yeah. But the controversial side of infotainment systems is just the amount of screens in the car. So we're going to go to the 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer interior. Oops. And show you how many fucking screens this vehicle has. And this is a good representative of that. You have your climate control, which is on a screen. Oops. Point with the cursor. So just follow the cursor. Here. So you have your climate control and your seat adjustments on this little screen right here. And you also have Fire TV on the rear entertainment systems, as you can see, which also can be used as an infotainment system, which you can control the navigation, so you can send it to the driver, which is on most luxury vehicles. And you have Chrysler's newest infotainment system, which is Uconnect 5, which is really good. Then you have another infotainment system on the passenger side of things. Then you have a center gaze cluster screen, which I will show you right here. And also the climate control system is right here on this screen. So in total, you have about 7 different screens in the interior of the Grand Wagoneer, which is, I want to say, which is a total of 72 inches of screen. Just combining all the screens, you have 72 inches of screen in the Grand Wagoneer. And it's kind of controversial. Because what are you going to do with all this? Like, what if it breaks? Then it's going to be fucking expensive to replace all of it. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that's just, and this is just getting started, too. Infotainment systems are just getting started. Like, even though infotainment systems have been, around for a pretty damn long time and improving them, they're just getting started with, like, a lot of car tech. Like, a lot of, like, customizing the car and whatnot. So, yeah, that is my take on car infotainment systems. And as you can see here, I have a model scale version of the Mclaren 720S. And you can also see that this one has an infotainment system as well. And it gets cluster screen. And I'm not the biggest fan of McLarens, but I had to get this one because look at the fucking color. Look at the color on this bitch and how it pops. It's just gorgeous. But yeah, that is my take on car technology. So, thanks for watching. And also, if you guys want me to make a video on air conditioner technology as well, and I just dropped my fucking phone. On air conditioner technology, where that has proven that where that improved over the years, I will do that, since this is a 2007 Frigidaire, but since newer air conditioners have screens, like digital full screens, like this, not this big, but they have screens, similar to this computer monitor, which is just absurd, but it shows you all the settings on the unit and shit. So yeah. Bro, this fucking chair is annoying me. But yeah, anyways, that's my take on car infotainment screens, and how they've improved